First, this one budget speech to first governor speech to hobi, budget speech to hobi, Aruki speech to hobi, number one to Amahan. Itu Amahan political issue. Itu poila koi chai. Kiman ba ahayase ita Amahan 6 season hoyase. Itu he political issue he koi kena. কিন্তু এনেকা কৰিবতে কৈ কিনা আমাৰ কাৰ্মান এটা ডিচিশন জলদি কাৰ্মান অফ ইণ্ডিয়া বি নলয় আৰু আণ্ডাৰগ্ৰাউণ্ড ফেকশ্যনটো ৰুকি আছে আকৌ তাইখান সেই ফেকশ্যন পিছিও খটাবি ফেকশ্যন কামবি ফেকশ্যন মানৱী ফেকশ্যন তাইখান লগা কি নেশ্যন আছে নেশ্যন বি বেছি ফেকশ্যন 28 money, 28 faction, 28 nation, I can laga. To inaga hui jaise, government of India bi ikono kori. Sir, amahan khali facilitator. Inaga hin hui gina, amahan bi inaga time opposition list government hawa time te. Antokram bi ekta hogi. Amahan bi ekta hui se. Government of India ke itu tapi melagina force kuri kena joldi settlement kuri tilia hobanagi inaga amahan kiki kuri kena jabo ar fencing kuri bo FMR amahan discuss kuri se itu tu ki karni ase itu issue karni ase tati fencing kuri bana yati fencing kuri bishi disrupt to hoile yati fencing bishi hoa brahe disrupt kiya ase itu biya makan itu bhavana kurile bhal ki hole bi government of India to biya makan bi ek bar fight kuri kena shaile hobo neki itu budget lagabi noy hole bi that space te thaka bra moi itu koi dia ase sir itu budget te bishi khushi paya ase amar chief minister ke Bishi thanks to us. Sub jagade satisfactory, department be satisfactory we can have you. Aru bishi phal potato. Yati page 2, Mara 6 day, Chief Minister Life Insurance Scheme. Tatilaga Kondokorobi Olagana Tigise, Hunishe. Itu ভাল ko ঠিক চাইলে ভাল এটা তাকটো হইলে আমার চিফ মিনিস্টার ভাল আছে আমার পাবলিক লই থাকি পাবলিক ভাল আছে কই আৰু ডাক্তার খান কই নলব itu পলিটিক্স খেলি আছে না হুসাকে তাইখান পয়সা পৌঁছা নাই ইন্স্যুরেন্স পা itu পার কো টাইপ করি না থরি না চাইলে টুটি কিলে পাবলিক লাগা মাইন্ড itu card to loikana, chief minister card to loikana chailebi, posha na babo ne ki doubtful. Kile mane Dr. Khan ek bar olai di se private Dr. Khan, paper to olai di se, itu thikilo se, itu ba chuldi settle kuri na, chi holebi. Public iman khushi paya se amar chief minister ke, itu chuldi settle kuri le, phala se, aro sir. মই আজি বাজেটে নতুন একটা দুইটা লিখি কিনা দি কিনা আছে তাই ইয়াতি পেজ 3 9 and para 9 and para 11 তাতে একটা তো আছে throne training itu 9 tiado drone training and logistic program itu taken ase tati and an amount of rupees 2.50 itu drone to ki drone ponabole training tibu koi ase na itu drone to pom pokigina pera to na ki ase itu kon to ki to drone Itu na warfield de kiba kuribo karni training logo karni kuri ase na moi itu bhabi ase. Itu drone bonabole tu. Itu notun. Aku sir basic bhag phota to moi to pusti manu ase pusti pa ahise. Aman sab naga manu pusti pa hi ahise. Morong gwa to achi ekdam first budget ta ahija to morong to achi pat to ahija ase. Itu tu ita all go thori gana chaile tu tu ita moi ekdam khushi pa itu tu ita notun budget space te amar chief minister dia de itu PC khushi pa itu jane dia ase. Sir important do amahan posong dembi kali bi question hai ke do agri allied sector te agri allied sector te kile mane amahan sab to khawli ase. Nagaland do climate pi phal ase, climate kisim ase, altitude pi high bi ase, low bi ase. Tati konoba jaga ta anaras phal hoy pineapple, konoba jaga te plum phal hoy, konoba jaga te banana itu bi phal hoy. Foothill area tati ki lagai bi phal hobo. Aro ami nishna pahar de to hoile tati menja phal hoy, alu phal hoy, aro naspati phal hoy, aro coffee phal hoy. Koram jagat phal noha to amar jagat pothai bi bhal hoy. Amar jagat bhal noha to koram jagat bi ni bhal. Tati sandish bi ekta hi nohe kena. Agri alike te sandish bi lak bi BSc pura khan. Itu khan bi itu study kurile ho bhal hobo. Itu sabte sir budget to itu khan agri alike te to ile budget PCT le bhal. Agri alike koi thakile paisa na thakile financial assistant tai khan ke upgrade nukule financial position to upgrade nukulile itu agri alike sector pila eko kuribo noaribo khali purana to hi sai thakbo paisa additional hole bi ki pura hole bi itu kan agri alike sector to hole sai le ba ajita ama sab parliamentary and advisor pila pi phali ase, especially agriculture advisor to hole MLA khan logi thaki tai phala ase. Itu national agri alike to pusti laga report logo karne pusti farmers khan laga report logo karne irrigation advisor hobi itu westland advisor hobi और इतना तो westland भी नहीं itu kan horticulture itu kan sab pusti laga report loi kena thake bola and then you can build up your own department, you can improve your department agri allied sector. But sir speaker sir agri allied te Nagaland de bhal hoy ki hole bi sab to bhal hoy jay cucumber bi iman bhal hoy pineapple bi bhal hoy factory bi ghuribo paribo. But sir itu outlet to hobo lagibo lage konto jaga to pungchile hobo itu rasta pisaribo lagibo itu ne thakele chuti kon rasta jabo kot loi jabo kot pra start korina kot khatam hobo khatam howa jaga bi pisari dibo lage department concerned department titia farmers can be interest hobo produce piche hoy farmer khan bra Nagaland production bi bishi hoy ki kisim hulebi itu loi jabale itu chari jabale chaka outlet amahan state government ponai diana itu ponai dibule sab mano amahan bi mile kana itu bahar de pikri kurule bahar de export kurule itu rasta bi kuri dibo lage. Then farmers will have to be strong brigina mon digina Sir, agri alike sector man aro RD the moi RD minister ke RB minister RD minister itia nai. Moi 15 Finance Commission laga. Cushion hutishe. Kali টিবলে থাকা পশু টিবলে থাকিছে কালি দিব গল মই লাগা কুশন ল্যাপস হইছে ইটো তো পিয়া লাইনতে নহয় মিনিস্টার কনসার্ন মিনিস্টার কুশন দিয়া দাম দে হলে পার্সোনাল এথিক নিশন না ভাবিব লাগে তো পিলাপ না গলে ইটো নেহি ইটো কনসেন্স বাহি ইনগা করিলে ভাল না ওয়াহি কুশন টিয়াই আছে তাতি আমি খুশি দিছে স্যার আমার অনারেবল চিফ মিনিস্টার আছে তাই আরডি মিনিস্টার তো নাই বলবি আমার লিডার অফ দ্য হাউস এটু নলেজ থাকিব কাৰণে আমি তাইকে সুধিছে দ্য এমাউন্ট অফ ফান্ড রিসিভড ফ্রম দ্য 15th Finance Commission from the year 2023 till date. That is nil. Never position. Kindly provide the details of district-wide distribution of public funds. Does not arise. Like I said. Kindly provide the names of the beneficiaries and the name of the works purchased along with the amount based on district block-wide. Does not arise. That means he is far away from the department. Piano hide itu bhal buda koise. Itu to iman inaga to nohoy kina. We all know that amahan to rural people asidu. Rural area people. Itu bhani ase 15th Finance Commission to paisa da hole pisi aise hole bi ati to nil does not arise in a di ase achi khotam hoise itu moina de 15th Finance Commission now 16th Finance Commission kali April pa May ba start hoi jabo to tati itia 15th Finance Commission te kiman phelaise ki ase itu saile juti amar EMPO area to do all pinai de. Itu karni, ini kata no kodile phal, eki Nagaland, hal go kodile phal ase, koi kena, moi itu hotai ase. Number 2, sir, speaker sir, yati thaka department debi sab jaga de itu 15th Finance Commission laga, aro rotate through. Government of India will be routed through RT Brahe Ahe Hakibude. So Ahe Hagato, you do Park, my example Itapo. Key department of Hopi, RT Tehi Ahaibo, rural people, Lokomotap Kuribi Kurikana, to RT Brahe converge Kurikana, into department there. Rural marketing, RTDB ase, agreed ase, sabta ase, itu rural development through kurikina ahe. Ako, itu rural people, like example, social welfare hobi. Itu 2080 amahange nagapai, Northeastern ke. 80 to hole RD pa pabo lagibo. Social welfare department example. 20 to hole tai olago lagibo social welfare department. And then 2 lakhs olago ekta angangwadi center kuru bani. Poila to angangwadi center bi bhal ko kuri kena kuri chai ta gele. Ita to angangwadi center laga to ahai nai amangal lagi libi nati. Fun nai kuri kena. No, tati itu 2 lakhs dibo, 8 lakhs to RD ba aibo, then Angang wati sinto ekta ponago ka ni tu
Last
ten lakh
minute.
kotam. Okay, sure. Inaga kuri. Itu karne like example medical to be itu rural mission hill. Aro rural mission itu tu rural kuado. Horticulture to be agriculture to be inaga. Aro ekta sir industry do ita our honorable advisor Sramati Hikani BC Parko Surikana Chayas. Tati hope ase itu aro Sirikaje khambi produce PC kuribule koshis koribo lage. Kiman production ase itu sab to industry ke dibo lage. Aro industry ro agar skill development ki ase itu tati handloom handicraft ki ase inaga ko jabo lage. Tati revenue to ahe jabo. Aro ini sir ulap time din. Itu amahan revenue PC to kasi revenue chief minister our honorable chief minister ko pra mehenek kurigina Nagaland solai ase moi ekbar itu papi. Revenue ahibole jaga to NST revenue ahibole jaga itu power department revenue ahibole jaga water supply itu kan sab to revenue jaga hi ase. Tadi revenue to kiniga ahibo itu department concern ekta monti kina revenue to anibo kani kosis kuribo aru kinaga kuri kile revenue to amahan jama kuribo itu bhabana kuribo lagibo amahan itu aji laga kiman budget ponase building construction inaga sab department inaga hoi ase kintu development laga achieve shabi development kuribole to hoise ulap nai building nai koi itu ke tile develop kuribole nai chief minister to pabi amar finance minister to pabi inaga jani ase administrative strong hobo lagi speaker sir etia itu bhambi sab to implementing part pichi phalgo ahi jabo tai kan ke facilities pd kina kari nisna aro Gari laga itu ki populasi itu kan PC tol thaga kan itu kan be potai gana itu village council kan ke milai gana itu kan light laga water supply laga itu nisna revenue chutumu tu jama kuri lebi ya tipung kijai tangon hui jam itu enaga kuri le ama hambi ulap tu saslo ko pari ko koi kenal moi itu bhabi ase PC bhag Kurisha, Bishop Hall Budget Kurisha, moi itu budget khushi ba moi participate kura imandaki kotamu ase.
We all are tired. This is the fourth day of the assembly, but we all have struggled so hard to come to this house to put forward our concern, and therefore we are thankful to you for being liberal in your allocation of time. Well, before I go into the budget, I would like to appreciate the statement made by our Leader of the House, the Honorable CM, Dr. Nipirio, in the morning hour about the suggestion of having a delegation to meet the central leaders on the free movement regime. I think that statement was very encouraging, and I would like to welcome on behalf of my party. Well, I will not dwell too long. Many speakers have touched almost all the important points. I will only indulge in 5 para. I'll be very brief. Let me be candid in saying that this budget is a forward-looking budget, to be precise and put it in a nutshell. Nagas know only few English like politics, culture, work, speakers have, but in the new budget, in this budget, we have heard like drone, artificial intelligence. These are new words which is in tune with the changing times, and therefore I must appreciate our Honorable Chief Minister, who is also in charge of the Minister in charge of Finance. Well, let me come back to Para 2. Whenever I stand, I always start with this, the Naga political issue. Well, he has mentioned about the political parties coming together, forming an opposition-less government. Well, I would like to say that there are lots of opinion why there is no opposition in this 14th house. Well, for the Nagas, what we are yearning for at the moment is we all must come together. The entire strata of Naga society must come together for the honorable resolution of the Naga political issue. And this was one reason why all of us, irrespective of our political affiliations, have supported the leadership of our Honorable CM and also this present government. And therefore, we are leading by example. We are walking the talk precisely. And therefore, the rest of our other Naga national workers or the civil society must also copy from us that there is a unity, reconciliation required among our family. And the example is being shown by the 60 members here, irrespective of the political parties. In fact, during elections, we fight through various political platforms. And if you see the gravity of the situation during the time of election, we will not even talk face to face. We will not even face each other. That is the situation we go through. But after the election, we come back together for the sake of the Naga political issue. I would like to again remind the House that we must re-strengthen the 12th September 2024 resolution, where we have asked for the elevation of the political talk. This is not only with this present government. During the BJP regime also, Swaraj Ghoshal was the negotiator, who was also a political figure. Then during the UBA time, Congress time, they have appointed Oscar Fernandez, who was leading the ministerial team. So this is nothing new. And therefore, that resolution has to be reinforced, both in letter as well as in spirit. That is Para 2. I'll come back to Para 14. Honorable Speaker, sir. The Honorable CM was mentioning about some amount for the centrally sponsored scheme. This is about developmental outlay. I'll not go into the figure, but what I'm concerned is most of our projects doesn't get through on time. Either it is maybe because of the bureaucratic activism, or because of the inactiveness of the elected members who are in charge of the department. I have come across some of the press statements from our Honorable Parliamentary Affairs Minister, who is also the government spokesman, as well as our Honorable Deputy CM, National Highways and Planning and Coordination, in some of the press statements, saying that the government will be compelled to surrender some of the amount sanctioned for the development, because we would not produce utilization certificate on time. We would not utilize the money which are being sanctioned for the development of the state. Who are we to blame, Speaker, sir? Is it we have to blame the bureaucrats or the elected members who are in charge of the department? How do we function? This is a big concern. When the state has less revenue and when we are running short of money, and if we are to say that we have to surrender even the money given to us, how do we function, Speaker, sir? This is it's a grave, serious concern. I have come across some of the statements, which is it's a worrisome, and therefore I would like to put across this concern that this has to be looked into. Let me come back to Para 24. I'm happy that the road maintenance budget has been increased a little bit. In the last financial year, we have been given only 35 lakhs. A constituency like me, Pandari, a very big constituency in terms of geographical areas as well as villages, more than 80, 90 villages, with 35 lakhs of amount in the road maintenance, how do we cover? And the monsoon is, the season is longer than any other states in India as far as Nagaland is concerned. And therefore, a little increase I have seen. I hope the department will use judiciously, as well as the Honorable Minister, if situation improves, will accord more fund for the maintenance of the road. Let me come back to Para 27. Para 27, I'm very interested on this because the magnanimity of the CM, out of the magnanimity of the Honorable CM, last year he has increased the local area development fund by putting more fund in the iconic project. Well, I have a new proposition, Speaker sir, that this local area development fund was introduced during 1991-92 when Led Bamuzo was the Chief Minister of Nagaland. It's an innovative idea, and later on, this was adopted by the whole India in the Member of Parliament Local Area Development Fund on the 23rd December 1993. I would like to again reiterate that year. It was introduced sometime in 1991-92 during the, you will find in the Finance Minister's speech during Bamuzo's time, during his CM's time. And adopted by the Delhi government, I mean the central government also. So he unfortunately passed away at a very young age. This year, it will be 25 years after his passing away. It's a 25th anniversary it's in March, this month itself. So I would like to propose to the government that this LADP may be named after him, Bamuzo Local Area Development Fund. In this morning's reply, Speaker sir, in the Social Welfare Department, when I raised about the old age pension, I have found very interesting. It was such a coincidence that this old age pension fund is called the Budget for Indira Gandhi National Old Age Pension Scheme. The name is given, the old age pension is given in the name of Indira Gandhi. I think it will be befitting if we can give the name, local area development, in the name of Bamuzo, and write to the central government that if the Member of Parliament Local Area Development Fund can be also named after him, it will be a big achievement for us. That's what I would like to suggest, and therefore this may be taken note of it seriously. And since this is the 25th anniversary of his passing away, my younger brother Penny Lam, he comes from Tonopniu. He was telling me again and again that please, those who are elected from the urban areas, they may not have much difficulties even in terms of traveling, reaching out to the constituencies and the villages, remote areas, because we travel a long distance to reach out to our people. So if we can request our Honorable CM to increase a little bit for the rural areas in the LADP. I don't know whether there's any possibility, but this is what I would like to request the Leader of the House, Minister in charge of Finance. Let me come back to Para 42. I'm concluding, Speaker sir. Para 42. The sectoral outlay in terms of budget allocation to the border, for the border development. This year, there's a huge chunk of increase from 3 CR to 15 CR. I think this is a step forward, which the Honorable CM has taken into consideration. In Assam, the annual budget is somewhere close to 300 crore for the border development. And that's how they have a lot of resources to protect those people who have settled in their Assam Nagaland borders, also the Meghalaya Assam borders, Arunachal Assam borders. Even in Nagaland Assam border, their sectoral allocation is 67 CR. Assam Nagaland border for development, forgetting about the others, even TC. So this is one concern which I have, and I'm happy that this year budget allocation in the border area has increased tremendously, and we need to focus on the development of the border area so that we save our oil, our mineral resources, and with all those objectives to take the state forward. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you for the time. I rise to take part in the discussion on the budget 2024-25. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Chief Minister and the Finance Minister, Dr. Nifirio, for presenting a statesman-like, futuristic, balanced, inclusive and pro-youth budget. This budget also reflects the Chief Minister's commitment to build capacities of our youth, focusing towards building academic and education excellence. I also take this time to thank him and congratulate him on the improvement of the estimated rupees 62.51 crore in the closing deficit for 24-25, in spite of the heavy financial challenges of the state. The leader of the House, since he became the Chief Minister in 2003, has been known as a youth-friendly Chief Minister, and he continues to do so. Today, in our budget, we can also see some very important initiatives for young people, like the Chief Minister's Microfinance Initiative to support local entrepreneurs, the Nagaland Skill Mission to train and provide employment opportunities to about 5,000 youth in sectors such as hospitality, logistics, tourism, banking and insurance, healthcare, logistics within this financial year. Also adapting to emerging technologies, the government will be launching the drone training and logistics program, the Chief Minister's Fellowship Program to nurture future leaders and policy innovators. Honorable Speaker, sir, for any state or nation to progress, develop and prosper, policies for economic growth has to be robust and in place. Everyone is worried about the unemployment problem, but unless the economy of the state is put in place, it will be very difficult for unemployment to be solved. Nagaland undeniably is a land of opportunities. The government and the people have wholeheartedly opened our doors, inviting private investors, private companies to come and do business with us. But for a long time, nothing concrete has actually taken place. Yes, it could be also because of the unresolved Naga political issue. But most importantly, when investors start talking to us, the first thing they asked is, what is Nagaland's industrial policy? And what can the government, what are the incentives that the government can offer? And this is where the discussion comes to a halt. Though it is not mentioned in the budget, I thought it very, very important to thank the Honorable Chief Minister and the Honorable colleague for the Honorable Cabinet for passing the Nagaland Trade, Investment and Industrial Policy 2025 in the recent Cabinet meeting. And I'm hopeful that this will definitely attract investors and it will also definitely benefit our local entrepreneurs. Many a times when I speak to my constituents and my people, I give a long speech, or rather I sit down and explain to them. The whole purpose being me as a public for the entire part of my life, and being this side of the fence only 2 years back, the question that all the time I would ask myself and public would ask is, government to kile poisa nai. Government never has fund. Government never has enough fund. But after coming this side of the fence, I've been privileged enough to be listening to our leader, our Honorable Chief Minister, and I'm slowly beginning to understand government kile poisa na thake. And this is also important because my office tells me that I spend too much time. But if I do not educate my constituents, if we do not educate our constituents, there's going to be a lot of communication gap, there's going to be a lot of suspicion on the government. Now I want to read out some numbers, and this I picked up from the PRS Legislators report. Some numbers may there will be some variation with the present budget, a little bit, but I had to stick to this report because I wanted to do a little bit of comparative study so that we all understand why it is important. Why is it important that our tax and our non-tax has to improve if our economy has to improve? The revenue receipt for 24-25 So in my understanding, in the past 2 years, I'm beginning to understand that there are 4 components for revenue. One is state's own tax, and number 2 is state's non-tax revenue. Third is the central share, and fourth is the grant. I just want to focus in the first 2, state's own tax revenue and state's non-tax revenue, because this has been mentioned by Honorable Chief Minister in the budget as well in para 45. I'm picking up 2 or 3 states, northeastern states, because it's easier for comparison. Assam. Assam's own state is showing, own tax revenue is showing 34,149 crore, and non-tax revenue is 8,871 crore. Meghalaya, own tax revenue is 4,041 crores, non-tax revenue is 747. Coming to Nagaland, our own tax revenue is 1787 crores, non-tax revenue is 464. Out of this, Meghalaya's totaling own tax and non-tax, the total is 4,787 crores, which is about 21%. Assam's total is 43,020 crores, which is about 38% of the total revenue. And Nagaland, according to our budget, it is showing 13%. My calculation, according to the PRS report, shows 2,251. And this is where I want to stop a bit and ponder on it. This morning, we have already had a discussion under Rule 50, exploration of petroleum. When we look at Assam, we are talking about Assam all the time. Now, when we look at Assam, Assam's revenue, like I mentioned, is almost 39% of the total revenue receipt. According to the Economic Survey of Assam 23-24, it states the major component of non-tax revenue is royalty on petroleum crude. Other items in this categories are royalties on coal and gas, receipts from interest and dividends, and forest produce. We have heard from honorable speakers in the morning how much our revenue is going away to the neighboring states. And if you look at all the non-tax revenue in any parts of the states, it is because of the exploration of how much advantage they are taking of their natural resources. Whereas in Nagaland is one of the lowest in the country, and it's at 464 according to this report. When we look at the revenue and expenditure, capital expenditure, I'll just talk about Nagaland. According to this report, 16,893 crores is spent on revenue expenditure, that is the pension and salary. And at the end of your debt repayment, loans, etc., we remained with only rupees 2,591, which is approximately only 11% of the total budget, that is towards development. So when my people come, I have to explain this to them. Otherwise, like I mentioned, people are also taking advantage of this miscommunication. People are also taking advantage. The other elements are also, recently, a couple of days back, also, some political party trying to take advantage of the ignorance of our public, accusing the government of misappropriation of funds. And and as long as this suspicion between the government and the public are there, we will never be able to go forward together. So I want to take 2 examples of how, when the ecosystem is put in place, government cannot take care of each and every individually, especially in the economic terms. But if the government put the ecosystem in place, everything falls in place, the economy tends to grow. And 2 examples I want to highlight this evening. Nagaland Startup Policy 2019, which was read out by our Honorable Chief Minister in the budget speech. About 4.5 crore has been sanctioned so far after this policy came into place, with 1.5 crore in the first year, 2021, and subsequently 1 crore each in the past 3 years, and this year also in the budget it's been placed. Today there are 5 incubation centers under Nagaland Startup. Just taking 2 incubation center, it has about 380 startup registered under 2 incubation center. And this 2 incubation center has generated a total revenue of about rupees 58 crore in 1 year, in the year 23-24, and has generated jobs of about 1,000. On a national average, startups usually can generate up to 10 jobs. But here, taking the lower side, assuming one enterprise generates 6 jobs, if you total up, it's coming up to almost 1,000 jobs. The other example, a beautiful handloom and handicraft pavilion has been set up in Kisama, which was inaugurated by the Honorable Chief Minister during the Hornbill. This has been completed in a record time of 4 months with a budget of 15 crore. 10 crore supported by Ministry of Textiles and 5 crore supported by Government of Nagaland. A total of 132 stalls were set up, where products of local artisans, local weavers, food entrepreneurs, and different type of local entrepreneurs set up the stalls. And in 10 days, a revenue generation to the tune of rupees 3 crores 13 lakhs 43,000 was generated in 10 days. The department plans to utilize this facility throughout the year beyond Hornbill as well, and hoping that in 3 years' time, this investment will have a break even. So these are just the 2 examples, small examples, and there's so many other initiatives under Honorable Chief Minister. Different departments are working on it, but I just want to close my sharing by reminding this house, this August House once again, and the government once again, that when we create the right policy, when we create the right ecosystem, when we invest in infrastructure, it supports in raising the state's economy. I can confidently say that all the members here, given different assignments, we are all working very hard to make sure that our state develops and our people prosper. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Last night, when the budget speech of our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Neferyoji, reached my home, I was reading through the whole budget speech. And I would like to, first of all, congratulate our Honorable Chief Minister and also who is the Finance Minister for resonating the need of the times of Nagaland today through this budget of 2025-26 to start. I've many a times, under Honorable Dr. Neferyoji's leadership, people like Madam Hekani-ji, Brother Tongbang, myself, and a few of the young hosts that are here, we try to imagine a lot of things, and we also see how the proceedings have happened, and I'm privileged to be at the 14th Legislative Assembly too. If we looked at this budget of 2025-26, starting from the Naga political issue to the FNTA, I believe that the budget presented has been completely honest to the core of the needs and also the vision of the Honorable Finance Minister, who is also our Chief Minister. In such a scenario like Nagaland, our state, when our own state share of revenue is quite low, and when people question, like Honorable Advisor Madam Hekani has said, why does the government not have money? It is the responsibility of all of us who are the lawmakers today and also the citizens of our state. When other states are able to pay their taxes, we don't want to pay our taxes. When other non-Naga government servants pay 30% or 20% of their salary in taxes, we, the Naga officers and our government employees, think that it is our right not to pay any taxes. Honorable Speaker, sir, we believe that in the 22nd century, as we move forward, the economic stability of the state is of utmost importance. And also my suggestion, Honorable Speaker, sir, is that we look towards generating more revenues. As I was going through, the Honorable Chief Minister has taken consideration on how to increase our taxes and has also appealed that every citizen to demand GST cash memos for transactions to enhance transparency and curb tax evasion. This looks like a very small part of the budget speech. But the biggest issue comes when, including us, we do not understand the value of putting GST input to our state. Just a small example. Many of the heavy machineries that Naga's contractors are using, except a few of them, their GST input is in the state of their origin. I was just inquiring a few weeks ago on a crusher machine which was costing around 5 crore 40 lakhs. And the total GST that was coming was around 78, 79 lakhs. And I was asking, where is your GST registered? It is registered in Hyderabad. So we pay them and the GST input goes to Telangana. And it comes to us. Likewise, in the purchase and in our works, what the Honorable Chief Minister, our Finance Minister, has appealed to is we as Honorable Legislators too, starting from us to all the houses, we need to make sure, as departments also, that the GST input should be put to our department GST or to the state. The registered firm, we should request and make sure that provisions are made that those firms have their GST registered in Nagaland through proper, whatever categories are there. Honorable Advisor Madam Hekani has already shared about the holistic design of having a lot of inputs towards the youth. Lots of amount of money has been put on creating the facilities, especially in the Youth Resources Department. Facilities to create the infrastructure needed for our people, for our youngsters to grow in tandem with the demands of the rest of the country and the world. Sporting events like the NSL has been very well conducted and it is doing very well. When we see youngsters coming through various clubs and playing their best and sweating out on the grounds, it is indeed a remarkable vision and an achievement for our youngsters to not loiter around and get into sportsmanship as a profession and also a way of life. We also have come to know that many such sporting events will be held, even wrestling championships and all. And that is the trajectory we would like to appreciate, that the government of the day takes the steps towards sporting infrastructure and impetus on the youth is there. Honorable Speaker, sir, I would really like to congratulate especially the Land Resources Department for its initiative on the Naga coffee. Here also, we see how they are growing up with the input on the quality of the coffee and the number of hectares being cultivated. Today, whenever we go outside, Nagaland is known for its coffee also. Many leaders in Delhi, many barons of corporates, they take appreciation in the fact that Nagaland gives out as its cash crop one of the best coffee in the world. Today exported throughout, and even among the Naga youth, we are transforming from tea to drinking black coffee and coffee. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister, sir, for your input more towards the land resources and also the agri and allied sector. Honorable Speaker, sir, needless to say, the holistic approach of the 25-26 budget, agri and allied being one of the most important livelihood, 60 to 70% of our people working through agri as farmers. The right budget has been put for the right initiative. There is balance in the need of the people towards agri and horti and land resources, which is the strength of our state to have our economic stability for the farmers and the villagers. Equal amount of impetus have been put on the road sector. With a budget, state budget of around 1,200 crores, how much more can we expect? With thousands of kilometers of state roads, our villagers, one village to go to one paniketi, we need 4 or 5 roads. Everyone wants the road to go through our own farms and fields. And yet, today we see an all-time input in the road sector in this budget. Sir, lastly, just to conclude, the school education and the education sector, whether it's higher or technical. Sir, the Honorable Chief Minister, who is our Finance Minister also, have been putting the right budget through these many years. Today, I would also like to appreciate the Honorable Minister in charge, who is our Honorable Chief Minister and the Advisor for School Education, for the bold initiative for the rationalization of the teachers. Sir, we know that there will be some small problems here and there. I actually requested the Honorable Advisor, Dr. Yome, that he should rationalize 30th Along Take constituency first. We have 37 villages and the needs are most. But yet, as we know the impetus of teachers and students ratio, we believe in the wisdom of the department to rationalize it genuinely for all of us. And we hope that this will be done well. Technical education, even though I'm not the minister in charge of technical education, today outside also our SKK students fraternity, they have been agitating for an engineering college to be upgraded. I remember during the 13th Legislative Assembly, when Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Nefirio had also given me charge for technical education for approximately 19 months or 20 months, the NBA, the National Board of Accreditation, was somehow done. The department had worked tirelessly for that, and that was a prerequisite need for that to be done. And we have a lot of issues. Sometimes we feel that by just demanding it, we'll get it. But Delhi, the AICT, has various criteria for that. And for that, through this platform, I would also like to appeal to the students community that the technical education department will surely work hard and work hard towards it, but yet they have to be a little bit patient and see that those criteria are met. Personally, I want to thank Honorable Chief Minister and for his belief in the tourism department as an industry. The 25th year edition of the Hornbill Festival was a grand success. And with lakhs of tourists coming into our state, we have been as a people able to resonate properly to the world. And the allocation to tourism has been an all-time best. We look forward to doing it well. And even for my own Department of Higher Education, Honorable Chief Minister, sir, your input as the Finance Minister towards higher education activities have been able to have a positive impact on the gross enrollment ratio of the students in Nagaland. Today, the government colleges, their cutoff is higher than the many private colleges. We look forward for inclusive growth together with the in higher education with the private sector also and with the government sector also. NAC accreditation, we have been able to cover 36 colleges out of the 71 colleges in Nagaland. And government colleges, we are accredited 90%, and we are moving forward to seeing better things. Sir, Honorable Speaker, sir, I would support the initiative of the Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Nefirio, who is our Finance Minister in charge also for the budget 2025-26. We look forward that this year would be a blessed year and we'll be able to work and weave through all these things, inclusively, all of us together for the prosperity of our people of our state, Nagaland. Thank you.
Opportunity to participate in the budget delivered by our Honorable Chief Minister. Sir, firstly, I want to congratulate our Honorable Chief Minister for confirming the doctorate of the leaders. He is the most special because he have achieved when he is in the Chief Ministership 2025. And this house, we have got the 3 doctorate, the Chief Minister. We are very lucky that this house can have a doctorate of Dr. Esi Jamir, Dr. Hokushima, and our Dr. Nefirio. So we are very glad and we are very happy that this Nagaland Assembly, we have got 3 doctors of Chief Minister. Sir, Kotado Bishikoble Nai, Holibi Mohan Naga, into Naga Wagene, into Wagene, Factioni Bishi into Hoyase, into Laga of Disago. Kille into Naga political issue to solution no ato, not our common failure. Mohan common la fail no. Taikani negotiate no great, Taikani Loble Monna, Aro moi khani yati koi ne moi khan 60 house thoi koi gine noelera public khani koi gine itu solution hobo lage koi ne moi khani koi ase they never mind about what is solution itu naga political group khan to dai khan itu solution to jane na ne jane 2023-24 yati budget speech they now koi gine ase. Here, having said that the time is more than appropriate for all the sections of the Nagas come together under the umbrella of understanding and oneness so that we collectively work together, realizing of early solution. Ado 23-24 budget te koise. Aro 24-25 budget te koise yade this house, August House has passed a number of resolutions over the years and we have held broad-based consolidated meeting with the civil society organization and stakeholder on several occasions. Yet a conclusive outcome continue to elude us. Yadi the 2024 the budget na apotha koise. Aro itu saldo ki koisle this house and every honorable member of this assembly stand united in one voice for lasting peace, setting aside the political differences. And we have come together for the greater cause of unity and reconciliation. Emanda ise idarapi ikunohai. Aro mohan assembly kaldi, yati emile khani kalde. Yati public khan koyase mohan ke minister aro advisor idu khan de ikunohai. Mohan emile khan do opposition less emile pera ase na boy. Mohan ke nagai opposition less emile pera ase koi ne mohan de ekdam sorambi bai. We are together for Naga solution. Solution do kina hobo. Mohan kina develop hobo koi ne we came together. Yadi likhan is na we came together. Itu Naga solution do itu nisnai hoya ase. Itu Jews kan Israel kan dah koise dah kan la king do chunam hwa nai. Takala king do chunam goble ase ena koi thake aro mohan naga bendo naga are hoping for only early solution joldi itu solution goble ase joldi hobo koi Israel khan do takala king chunam pa nai ang do pa nai aro mohan do solution do joldi hobo koi ne itu nisna mohan do time you visualizing tell us truth that they don't want solution. And now we will go for better development activities. Itu kotha poabra mohan naga solution laga koi gine mohan itu hember bisi kure ase. Post ite chaile bi itu khode chaile bi itu ko jaga re chaile bi itu nisna enaga hoy ase. Itu karone mohan itu assembly do without opposition less kura do for the cause of the Nagas mohan itu kura ase. Itu karone manu khando mohan ke hangji ase. Mohan khonya khando isi style kuri do. Kina ga style kuri koi dibo. Style kura do mohan khonya mana bisi style kura do itu black goggles na. Chusma kala loegne rati debi itu chusma haligini pere hali. Ekdam style kura. Itu nisna mohan khonya style ho nisna ase. Rati debi kala chusma haligini pere ase bisi style. Kunu rukum kini luar. Itu nisna mohan itu hoyase itu karone I think what the budget we have given by our honorable chief minister ekdam phala ase mohan honorable hobo lage inclusive hobo lage acceptable to the people itu mohan hutai din itu koi ase itu iman kwado dai khampi aro negotiator khampi olap to mohan ke bi morang gurule phala ase itu koi ase aro para yare para 3 days sir mohan EMPO khan bisi khushi pai gina ase very happy to the government state government under the leadership of chief minister Dr. Nephew Ryu kinele mohan bisi kotha koi thakisle ejo ta khan EMPO khan bhabna korise sita Delhi re jabo Delhi re jai gina loye ahe gine ido EMPO de state pabo union pabo ki pabo ena koi thakile moi kham koise inaga noi state government through hobo koise no hoy mo kan tarik deliver pable ase koi kene ena ko ene mo kan imbu kan ena thakise only last the imbu realize through state ki hobo lage ko adam de state government do itu to thik ase itu the trap MOU dia do mo kan reply kuri bo kene state government aro cabinet kan under the leadership of chief minister itu government get India government get dia do ida imbu kan do bushi pai kini ase aro dia express happiness great inquiry ase kile mo kan itu karne mo kan MP election de bi kurana aro ULP election bi kurana mo kan enlo Eastern Nagaland Legislative Union mo kan tondi aro imbu mo kan jagra guri rakise itu kan ke apni kan da hangji rakise in our when the last leader we came to the term we came to the understanding in our when aro bisi ba chief minister ke khushi pa do imbu kan enlo kan apni kan imbu ke kotha ko bi apna reply kuri nai kotha kuri he also so determined that we should negotiate with the imbu enlo kan tondi imli do in our kotha ko ne mo kan idia do ekdam bhalo hoise yati likha governor laga address se ekdam bhalo likhe substantial progress has been made and we are hopeful that any remaining concern of the EMU will be addressed. Any remaining concern, either EMU have to janiwala. The word, a man halikishe. Aro yadi governor, yadi budget speech te likishe. Yadi ina likishe. The voice of our brothers and sisters in the eastern region have been clearly heard. Ekdam bharko honi che kwa. EMU kami ida bharko honi bola ke dia. And our government is resolutely committed to addressing their concern with sincere action. Ina likhi dia do ki ho lebi ekta to pabuni ke koigene government primary comment dia do we the people of eastern ido you can be kusi pa ase aro yati mohan leader convener elola convener Sri Paiwang honorable minister health and family welfare Taira lead kuringene we have so far we have been negotiating aro apni kan emam phali ki dia do lo khambi appreciate kuri ase aro our people eastern imbu khambi kusi pa ase aro they are working on the track yadi sir ekdam kusi pable do ido para 4 de ekdam phali ki dise ido meruli subdivision do district pagane ekdam our chief minister our cabinet our government ke ekdam congratulate kuri ase aro especially mokhala advisor MLA phek la meruli la bisi kusi pai ka ko yati likhi dise ekdam bha the meruli is land of fortune ekdam bha likhi dise ido gane mokhabi ido punya khan do ida do clear hoise clear hwa do to bu apoya ro ti yitina wani ti kina ase mokhan to bu ke ti le do I think our chief minister will declare that the war is a land of happiness. Ekdam kusi land of happiness. Aro idiot tiane will become the land of fighting. Itu to the land of fighting ho jabo. Itu karne olap joldi di land of happiness olap na. Itu to joldi problem mona se ko ngene. Dia asle. So this budget is a skilling in employment led growth. Aro Nagaland is skill. Ekdam bhala ase aro makhan itura makhan bisi jabda ase short te bobo bisi alti hoi jaise yade especially para 14 de the total development outlay including CSS rupees 5,819.25 crore itu state lagado 1,200 crore by increase of 190 crore. The continued growth of 18.81%. Itu current year naga as 2024-25. Aro itu coming 25-26 to it 18 hoise kijani will be double or will be increasing. Aro sir, yade road and bridge de short go road and bridge department gede maintenance of itu existing road itu usato digina ase. Ini moi bhavna olap to sutu hoisini ki itu mohan manubra kwan isna I'm small happy in a way olap khushi paise bole I'm small happy itu nisna olap increase to hoisle Holiday yati summer season Nagaland start waro it start from May to December. Landslide kuri nagibo. Moham Manila landslide to Nisagini Dimapur to Kohima laga landslide say Moham Manila to Chaplin the Parit no. They'll already block. So inagasle. Itu existing road lagado arubi thagile. Juti kompa tamte additional thagile dile the Moham Bali babo. Aro thati to yati Japanese na dige. Ijabi ekdam landslide kure asido. Ola pani aile to aro Dimapur Kohima mati to any mati to any giri ase. Clearly that mud is so loose. It is consist of this clay. Itu clay, itu taxi penalaga mati asido. Taxi penalaga mati de nakai giri rago. We cannot blame to the government also. Itu mati biasa. Itu karena road and bridge te biar summer do ini bi itu satu bisi pani ahi mo bose prediction dia. Patana orang kan na. Nagaland forecast koi pani laga patana bisi pura aja. Itu karena itu pani itu bisi ahi pun isna se aru bi ulok bisi dile da phalo puni ki koi ne. Aru especially I would like to thank our Chief Minister for providing for construction of this bottom up tabu under food and service supplies. Itu ekdam tok pai thak je to Monbra 124 pokhible do bisi tikta ase koi ne dia do itu dikina se. Holi bi yati ekta ase ekdam no bungja do. Idia do mo khan itu to panabo. Holi bi FCI khan do ta khan tabu de bungja dibo lage. Itu tabu de bungja le noile do itu pongnu de bungja le. Ina holi itu khable parbo. Idia otom do panai se aro Monbra pokhigini do Konbra hego, kongsa kam pukigine tabu te pungjabo, aro tadibra tabu bra aro kongsa kam pukigine jable tu no hobo. Itu kane, itu FCI khange, itu to tabu te pungjade. Kilo le, tabu de sab jaga de aside, moi busti de 220 pack pai, 50 kg la, 220 pai. Itu laga pukible do, itu to tata tuida de pukibola, tata ekta de. Itu bra itu higher rokiman ase 40,000 ase. Itu kong segan to ki kure ase itu to loble cha to itu pike kuri de ar pokhi kina ai lagi na itu ra ta kan to ini 50 pack is na aro pike ku dibo aro itu poisa bra to tata ke dibo haiye kuri ne aibo aro busti to phapra to olop to pai ase khai ase bole bi aro bi itu olop destiny sin do change kuri ne itu department ke motap kuri ne itu to aro bisi penagine na bulle da phalo bunigi ko na suggestion ekta dia ase aro eto under tourism we are grateful to the honorable Chief Minister moham monde do khoja heritage complex ko ni dise aro our Chief Minister do dam free padam do ahigine chopobra ahigine saigine cha inspection bisi puri ase aro ekdam bhal develop puri ase eto karone the people of Konyak particularly we are thankful to our Chief Minister for constructing this Naga heritage, Konyak heritage complex. Inaga asle. Itu karena idia, ekdam tiada bisa je. Aro mogan emle kangge, honorable emle kanggo division itu ATC headquarter kangge itu multi fabricated itu multi-discipline indoor stadium kan, aro itu fossil ground kan. Inaga kami di je, tunggu kami di je itu berapa sih kusibar. Sir, under 33. Para thatuji health and family welfare laga ekta kotha hobo yati CM laga on dia do CMS aro CMLS dukan dia ase ekdam bala ase holibi department laga ekta problem ekta ase ida ro public hando itu CM laga card loi jai gine noila ayushman card loi no hospital le jado te ke lot of condition ekdam khushi bai holibi tati ekta problem ase mohan rural phale itu hospital kan panel kuse tadi ekta problem ase mission do nai no itu karena itu medical department itu mission gini bile dile phala ase example ko bo mohan tabu de itu ko ba mano to huningin da bo ekta mano to bima ase ta hiya ko ta ayushman card aro CM la card pi ase jagino hospital do tadi do tabu CSC de do itu tekno transit kurbe na pare itu ra ta itu mano to doctor so to jagine tai do dimapur de treatment jable mona ase itu card loi jene doctor sahab moi de dimapur treatment jable ase holibi moi ke posa nai moi la card te 5 lakhs ase itu kan itu 5 lakhs tu apna loi bi moi kena 50,000 ni tibi itu loi kena tima border treatment jago mo ando ude na boise so they started selling even the CMS card aro itu kan dia na tahu dia tima border ahe itu pusa lagi tu na thaka tu ase bole bi pikir ko doctor ka na kini lo 5 lakhs ase mo 50,000 ni tibi emang bhal na so honest itu nisna itu medical department ke bi itu kan implement le do ola poisa do bisi dile phalo boni ki koine itu bhavna kure ase aro para 37 de alban development de do poisa itu tamde mangi daga do bisi dise 25 crore is allowed for maintenance alban ro kile lo PWD and lo ida da town planning lo koine alban de dise ida do deko 25 lakhs I think our advisor no era phalo dibobla koine idaro town road pi phalo bo koine itu bhavna ekta asle thank you for allotting the fund so lastly to sa public nai yati 44 day para 44 day there will be streamlined submission of proposal and ensure timely release of fund department are advised to be implementation ready itu ko aro ekdom kotha tangwa warning dia nisnabi itu soal department kan kam nukurani sina balibi implementing ready kudu kile ida da pui kompa to 2024 25 la pa na do ida da pui sanction no kompa to ten devi ho na do na so our chief minister had led in our budget that implementing ready from the beginning of the financial year wado ekdam bhal kudha ase scheme bisi ali to poisa to joldi pabo emli honorable emli hamji work pe joldi kam kuru bone bhavna itu ekta ase honorable speaker sir ita do the last day I go kilele yade our own tax and non tax revenues contribute to 13% itu 13% itu sada hoise aro if we do more itu ini kobo taxes excise power aro transport PHE aro police itu kan pra ekdom contribution itu tax to phalgo dile do 13% noy gene ki jane 113 bi hobo bi bare de itu department kan kuru le do for any example TCS is 13% so we may increase to so 30% also speaker sir ita do khatam hoya je last yadi budget the last ase yadi budget te itu 48 te ekdom bhal hoise ki le de itu saldo 47 day 60 rupees 62.57 crore itu mohan estimate improve policy wa itu 2023-24 day yati salary negative 40 crore thagise aro 23-24-25 day we had a 19.83 crore negative aro itu saldo it is a zero ekdam improve hoise ekdam bhal budget hoise now we'll start a good budget so lastly I support the budget delivered by honorable chief minister in charge of finance thank you
thank you honorable member